come back. So we're gonna teach you guys some best moments of history, of African American history. So, shall we begin? Martin Luther King. Everyone knows Martin Luther King was the best man on earth. He figured out a way to make African American people to have their own rights instead of white people being racist to them. Yeah, if Martin Luther King did not do that, I think we'll be living in the 70s still. Martin Luther King was born January 15, 1929. He had 3 brothers that we'll say in the little short end of the video. Between that, all 3 brothers' names. But Martin Luther King was the best astounding man. He was the man of life and freedom. His speech of saying that he has a dream that a young white girl and black man will hold hands to each other, which I think that speech is very powerful. I think it's very I think it's really good. Martin Luther King died from assassination, so is John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy died and Martin Luther King died. Not very at the age of time. Martin Luther King died in April 14, 1968. Which it must be sad that Martin Luther King, the greatest man on earth, freed them. John F. Kennedy died because he was helping Martin Luther King to get African Americans freedom and their rights. I'm just wondering, why would you murder someone to have African Americans their own rights? That's pretty messed up. Malcolm X was helping Martin Luther King, helping black people just raise up their own speech. But no longer Malcolm X was murdered, assassinated at the time. John F. Kennedy's brother was assassinated. Poorly, he would have been with his own brother, but he was assassinated and no one knew what happened to him. And a lot of people think that all these people wanted to help them. All those people that I'm saying their names are very good people and the greatest moments in life. Abraham Lincoln is the second top favorite. Abraham Lincoln did free the slaves, and he did die after he won the war. And whoever killed him, John Wilkes, I think that's his name. I'm not too sure. You can search it up. Abraham Lincoln did free the slaves, even though he was the greatest man. He was a prisoner at the time, so he did die. And when he was shot in the head, they brought him back to the house. He was still alive, but later that time, he died in the morning and passed away. Number 3. I think number 3 is mostly greatest moments of life because people wanted this to end, really wanted it to end so bad. World War II. World War II ended a long time ago. You know, I don't know what the date was. No, I'm just kidding, guys. World War II ended around World War II ended around 1950 something. World War II started in 1939, where American soldiers were taken away from the families and never be seen again. A lot of great things happen in war, and nobody wants to really talk about it. And I think that war means like special things and special times. People always wanted to help out people. And World War II started in 1939. It did not end in 1945. That means they had 7 years of war to pain and hell. Japanese people thought telling lies to young pregnant women to kill themselves, which that's really insane. That's really horrible. That's top 10 line, really insane. And when World War II ended, everyone was happy. Everyone was proud. We did lose a lot of American soldiers. It's kind of sad too. We lost so much soldiers back then. But now we don't we had the technology to discover everything, but back then we didn't have nothing. If you were shot in a medic, you would actually die from poison from the bullets, or you'll simply get killed anyways. Number 3. I think this is the most very really comics piece is world peace. You already know hippies right around that time wanted the world peace to end or war to end, which it would never happen because they had a horrible president. I don't know what was the president's name, but Vietnam War was horrible as hell. This guy did not care. He'll probably almost bomb this city almost again. So much people wanted world peace to end and stop killing everybody. Pollution. Back in the 70s, people always wanted world peace. Peaceful. Gay people. Around time in the 70s, they did not accept gay people. Because in American tradition, you're supposed to date a woman and a man. But sometimes they didn't want to happen. Because they always believed that you always have to date a man and a girl. Eventually, in the around 70s, they got their own freedom. The gays and the lesbians and whatever happens, they got their own marriage. They got to marry each other, all that stuff. It seems peaceful around. Number 4. This one I do really like because it's so good at the same time. And I think people should really feel bad. This is the same time as World War II. The Jews were very murdered. About 300 billion of them died because Adolf Hitler, I guess he was insane, man. He didn't really love the Jews. He just thought of the Jews as regular people or people that did not want to live. Adolf Hitler thought that people with blue eyes are superior, which I think that's fucking insane. Who the fuck thinks that? Eventually, Jew people, whoever was Jew, had to be killed or slaughtered or put in camps. Eventually, they told lies to children that, oh, this is a safe camp. They actually gassed the Jews or whoever was weak, and people actually died. And so much back then, between now, people really feel the sadness that how many people had to deal with back in the day. Number 5. Number 5 I think is pretty rough because it's kind of sad at the same time. This is war related. World War II. I know a lot of things about World War II, but World War II. If you ever feel best moments, a lot of Americans think this was the best moments, but it's actually kind of cruel. For all sakes, I had to say if it is the best moments. Back in World War II, Hiroshima was bombed from America. All U.S. soldiers were happy and stuff, but a lot of people weren't happy back in Japan, back in the Philippines days. When they were bombed, Hiroshima was bombed. A lot of people died, and people who survived have scars. And I think it's just insane. Why would you celebrate this? You just killed millions of people who didn't do shit. That's my history. I think it's insane that why would you murder someone, but whatever, it's not my war. We didn't create it. None of that. Best moments was George Washington. George Washington he wasn't part of the slavery clan because he did have slaves for himself. And I think it's weird, why would he have slaves for himself if he was a president? But Abraham Lincoln did a good job than George Washington himself. Number 6. I think number 6 is mostly a really good one, but we have to tell. Number 6 is really, I think it's good because I don't have any reason to say it's the best moment, but alright, let's just say number 6 is just painful at the same time, but that's what we have to do. Number 6. Number 6. A lot of people did not want these people to end their community because they didn't believe it. I should have put sad and horrible moments or sad and best moments. Just put slash mark sad and best moments. Mexicans. I'm not gonna say Mexicans because it's extremely racist and I do not want this video to go down. And I'm just gonna say other culture. Extremely I do not want to say Mexicans, but at the same time I have to do this video. Mexican people were actually really nice until back in the 50s, 60s. A lot of people were racist back then, racist black people, Mexicans. I think that white people were always supreme. I think white people were always rich and racist. Have you ever? It's just sad. Why would you? I know that we don't live that time period. Everyone's rich. It doesn't really matter. But back then, white people always were rich, and Mexicans and African Americans will always think of themselves as poor. And I think people in this day still think that Mexicans are poor because they're not really smart. They think Mexicans are not really smart. I think that's bullshit. Even though I'm Mexican, and that's really messed up, but that's the stupidest thing ever. Number 7. Number 7 is really sad, guys. I do not really want to talk about it because it's really weird. Japan. A lot of Japan, we know about them, more technology, more effort, whatever. Japan was always, back in World War II, they always tell the women who were pregnant to kill themselves because they always tell lies about Americans just stealing your baby and fucking murdering them. I guess I have to say, it's really weird. Why would you say that in front of, oh my god, it's so weird, guys. Like, imagine just holding your child inside your stomach and these people just telling you, oh, these Americans are gonna kill your son and take them away from you. They literally had to jump off the mountain and just kill themselves. I think that's really insane and cruel at the same time. But it's just how life is. Back in World War II, we didn't know what was going on. Number 7. Number 7 on this list is the best or coolest moments ever. I think so. Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong was the best astronaut who first landed in the first moon. Even though Russians started doing it when they were really high ballistically. The Russians started doing it, and now Americans doing it. Neil Armstrong almost died as an astronaut. It's really weird. Why would you think of that? You know what? In Russia, a lot of people saw the thing else, but like, we didn't create what's it called? We didn't create the ships or everything. Russians first started it with the dogs, which that's pretty insane. What the hell? That's the weirdest thing ever. Russian people started doing astronauts instead of people for dogs. A lot of dogs survived, a lot of dogs died because of this. US soldiers, US did it with chimpanzees. Which, I'm gonna say, those chimpanzees, half of them died, half of them didn't. They started doing Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong consistently, he wanted to do it, so he did. He landed on the moon, the first man to land on the moon. Number 8. I think this one's very realistic because it's very unique. And what else is unique than other things? Technology. I think technology is the best moments of life because back in the 70s we didn't have technology. We only had to use phones, but that it's still not technology as today as playing games and having cool TVs, PS4. If we still lived back in the 70s, we wouldn't know about PS4. I think Japanese culture is most smarter and better because they have better technology than America, and I think better cars, which that's my opinion. That's also my dad's opinion, but I think better cars in Japan is mostly really cool. Number 9. Number 9 is really the best moments. Because you have so much things to think about the 80s or 70s or 60s. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley was the best moments of lifetime. Even though he was a singer and he died when he was his 50s, he was the best singer of everyone's lifetime. Elvis was the best moment of Earth. Everyone loved Elvis Presley, even the women, children, everybody. When Elvis Presley died, they actually did a huge celebration for him. Even though everyone loved him and people still miss him. I never really knew Elvis Presley, but if he was a cool guy, as you guys see, he must have been cool in real life. Number 10. Richie Valens. He died when he was 17 years old, which is sad, of a plane crash. Richie Valens was only 17 when he started his career and still in school. He had a girlfriend named Donna, which it's pretty sad because she didn't, when she first come home or come to school, she first heard that her boyfriend actually died in a plane crash, which that's pretty sad. I think that's the saddest moment and the best saddest. The best moment is that a lot of people went to his funeral, thousands of people went to his funeral to celebrate his death, and a lot of people missed him. His mother heard him on the radio, and his brother is still alive today as we speak. But we can't really see him in person or on television. Number 10, music. Donna. Donna was a hit song for his lovely girlfriend. Richie Valens. Oh god, I can't even explain that person's name. A lot of people. It's still a number 9 list. Number 10 is a very interesting, which I think is very interesting. I don't know. I think it's just really melodic. I think it's just. See, I'm yawning. It's so boring. You guys don't want to hear it. Alright, I'll just tell you guys. Number 10 is really weird at the same time because we have no idea what the hell happened to our past or anybody's past. Number 10. The Beatles. The Beatles. A lot of people loved the Beatles back in the early 70s or 80s. I didn't know the Beatles until my grandma. My grandma knew everything about the Beatles. She knew what was the Beatles' cause or what was the like of it. I didn't know the Beatles until I was around a little kid. Until my dad had to tell me who was the Beatles. The Beatles was a popular group band culture. I think they broke off the part. A lot of people don't know who the hell these Beatles are. I think the Beatles are very cool people, and they're very fun. I guess they're fun. I think the Beatles, the band broke up, and that was saddest moment. Even though the Beatles and Paul McCartney actually died very young, and it's kind of sad. There you go, guys. Saddest and best moments on Earth. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please leave a thumbs up. Hope you guys, I will be posting later, and at this time, see you guys later. And peace.